Hey, good morning, afternoon, evening. Welcome back.
Hello,
Good morning.
everybody.
Hi
Good
guys.
afternoon.
Hey, Beak. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.
See you. It's been a while, man.
Oh, long
Yep.
How's
while.
life?
Two quarters, yeah.
Yeah,
Li-
just about.
yeah, absolutely. Life's good. I think. Yep, a lot of things going on. So I'm busy all day, which is good. Not professionally, but yeah, personally, a lot of stuff to do from morning till evening. But yep, I'm enjoying it. It's a good break. It's a
That's
sabbatical, I guess.
yeah. Hopefully, the sabbatical
Awesome.
doesn't go become an eternal sabbatical. It's harder the longer it goes. It has been a good weekend for catching up on sports as well, and for Levy and Judith to have had this conversation with repeatedly. It's about time you see enough goals scored to justify a net this big.
You see?
That was fun. 6-4. That's still a low score in my book, but 6-4. That's fantastic. It was fun to watch,
Yeah, and in soccer, every goal counts as one.
which is
Yes.
interesting.
7?
I still think the host team should be awarded 7 for every
Yeah.
goal they get.
Can you explain in American football why is it 6 and 7?
You
One
know,
goal.
I could try, but there's a reason. There's history, and it's foundational to the game. I'll leave it at that. Remember, baseball, every run scored is 1, so you do have an equivalency. Different sport.
I asked multiple Americans and they couldn't really explain why.
It goes
It's
back
like,
a
yeah, it
hundred
doesn't make
plus
sense
years.
either.
Yeah, it is what it is. And, you know, it's I can't tell you why basketball is 2 points for a regular basket, 3 points for a 3-pointer, and 1 point for a foul. But those are the rules. Now those are very simple rules. We dive into the rules of FIFA, which I still
Oh,
can't figure out. Having watched enough soccer in the last month, that you think I would know, but I can't figure out. That's a different story. And then at Beak, I don't know what's big right now in India. I don't know if it's cricket or if there's
FIFA.
anything going on.
FIFA.
It is.
It's big, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure
All
it is.
soccer?
It's
Yeah.
just that it's a shame India doesn't play and India doesn't qualify, but it's a big event in India as well.
That's cool. Yes, it's got its moment. You know, I'll check out for the next 4 years, and when it comes back for the World Cup, I'll be available again. We'll see.
Good for you.
Yeah, I know. Other than that, I mean, it's been a pretty decent weekend from a sporting perspective. The Belgium Grand Prix did just finish, and unfortunately, Max started out P2 and finished P3, but at least he podiumed, so that'll be good. I'd like to see him be P1 at some point here this season. Has so many problems with the car, though. It's amazing.
Have you
Won't
been
belabor
watching
it.
have you been watching the Austrian GP?
I did watch the whole thing from beginning
Oh,
to
he
end.
was. He texted
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
I haven't talked to you ever since about that.
yeah.
Shed
And
some tears.
I looked at where my seats were, trying to see who was in. Couldn't quite make it out. It was on row 7, section J of the Red Bull Stadium or Red Bull seating. So it would have been really good seats. But next year,
I'm so sad that I
You're
couldn't take
hoping.
your offer either.
I am too. I'm like, look, I'm going to lose out on all this. I'm trying to give it away. Somebody in Europe, please say I'll take.
Yeah. Next time.
Next time it will be fixed. So it won't be a problem.
You will be here with the fall, and wait 6 months until the event and
Yeah, there you
be
go.
at the place.
I'll be
Yeah.
standing at the gate a month in
Yeah,
advance. So
Yep.
good stuff.
That's the only way, man, to get in.
Anything you do this weekend, Judith? I know I got Levy's summary.
No, it was just a calm weekend. Didn't really do anything. Daughter went to do some acting on every Saturday. So, preparing for school. But other than that, I think it was quiet. I was just watching the game, watching some Harry Potter. And that's it.
Harry Potter. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Harry
We
Potter
actually
fan.
we did sit back and we rewatched Jurassic Park because of Sam Neill's passing. We watched Jurassic Park last night, kind of
the original.
reminiscing. Yeah, the original. The only one I can actually say I thoroughly enjoyed at the time. The rest of them got kind of too commercialized and not as fun.
Yeah.
How
True.
about you, Beak?
Well, I actually serviced my bike. It's been sitting and I was not really riding it. I said, okay, let's push myself and service the bike at least. So yeah.
You see, a biker guy's here.
So Beak was fixing his, and Levy was riding. How many different ones? 3?
3 different ones. No, actually 4, and 2 of them follow me. So I was riding 4, and 2 was riding me.
Where were
That's
you
funny.
riding? Was it just open road?
Oh,
or-
these tight turns I have to do on the exam field, and
Okay.
you have these cones, traffic cones, and you have
Yeah.
to maneuver around them. And the big one that I was riding, it has these crash bars on it because it's a bike for for unexperienced students. So it has the crash bar, so when you fall, it's not crushing the bike, it will help. But the problem was that the rear brake is on your right foot, right? So my foot was too long, and I was the tip of my feet was resting on the crash bar, on the end of the crash bar. So when I wanted to brake, I was pushing the crash bar and not the brake. And the bike didn't want to turn in, because when you turn in a slow motion, you have to rear brake a bit, so it will drag the front wheel in the corner. And I was pushing down on the crash bar, and nothing happened. And I just panicked. I pulled the front brakes, of course. Then the front tire just stops, shock collapse, and then it just tilts to whichever side you are in. And my foot was down, but it's a 400-pound bike, so I was just rolled underneath, and it was fun.
Well, you don't look like you got hurt, so that's good.
Yeah, well, I broke my collarbone in January, so I'm trying not to, I will let go of the bike and not trying to hold on to it any time.
You learned your lesson, man.
Yeah, hope so.
Painful lesson.
Any insights, Abik, you want to offer? I'm a fan of cruiser bikes, but I really can't give him any advice.
I realized the same as well after buying this adventure bike, Himalayan 450. I think I'm a little shorter for the bike is taller, and I don't really enjoy it as much. But the only thing is this suspension is just amazing. So earlier when I was riding the Harley, I had a very stiff suspension, always a pain in my tailbone. But this one, the suspension is amazing. Yeah, just different categories of bikes, but yeah, still trying to get matured with the riding with this bike. 900 kilometers in almost 1.5 years. That's not good.
Yeah,
that's
not
much.
Very low miles, very low kilometers.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you integrated AI into it yet?
Yeah, haven't really tried even.
Yeah, I hope never to see that day.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, electric bikes, electric vehicles. I mean, the fun part is just missing with bikes. If they have these electric bikes with no engine sound and stuff, I don't know. Biking would be dead. We need these
Although
ice bikes.
I saw when I was coming home from work on one day, I saw this BMW electric. It's like a scooterish.
Yeah.
It's a very
Seen that.
sleek. It's like a bullet shaped, and it has a very long rear. The arm? The
Wheelbase kind. Yeah.
swinging arm. It's very long, and it has a very wide rear tire, and the pulley is about this wide, and it was pulling away from the red light, from the traffic lights, like it's been pulled on a string. Amazing.
Kind of like Judith's
torque.
car. I know Judith goes 0 to 60 really fast.
Absolutely.
Because she's skinny. There's no weight on the...
You showed all of us pictures of your new car, right?
I did.
I've got Camry. Yeah, that is the sportiest setup you can come up with. I was like, wow.
18-inch wheels and stuff.
That's nice.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm gonna buy Corolla hatchback for Nori.
Not the same car. Yeah, that's a good
Not
idea.
the same car. Not the same car. Not gonna be the same trim level. Nothing else. Nothing like that. But it looks so great, and now it's on the ship somewhere coming from Japan to the US, so it's gonna be a brand new one.
Well, next year you can buy another one built in Texas. Toyota's dumping a lot of money into Texas.
That's the part that I don't understand when I was talking to the dealer through a friend, so it's really good from that perspective. He said, yeah, most of these cars are manufactured in Mexico, right? So it's easy somewhere at the border, so it's easy to get through it. You don't need to pay so much of tax and whatsoever. But this one, they couldn't find the one that she was looking for with the color, with the trim, with everything that we needed. And then he was looking at what's coming in. And then he was like, there's this ship. It already left Japan on the 22nd of June or whatever it was. And there is one car that you want, the exact same model, everything is on, blah, blah, blah. And then he just managed to get it for us. So I don't know based on what is decided whether a car is manufactured in Mexico, for example, or what they are bringing in from Japan.
Yeah, it's an interesting supply chain.
There must be some logistics behind that. But
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, it's pretty
Rob.
cool.
Yeah, but
Good.
my car is the best.
You should
Yeah.
buy her a Hachiroku.
A what?
Hachiroku, the one version which back in the 80s, it's a whole cult around it because it's the last rear-wheel drive Corolla, and it has a 1.6 liter very potent engine, and it's a very light car, so they use it for drifting. You know, when they
Yeah.
going
just
sideways in the corners.
In context, my John Deere lawnmower has a 1.6 liter engine. So just in
But in the
context.
States, everything is big.
And
Well,
that's why I
this
drive a
one,
truck.
Yeah, this one is going to have a 2-liter engine for her, so
Okay.
it's gonna be good. And it's a small car, like you said, because it's the hatchback. It's gonna be low. It's gonna be short.
Easy
it's
to park.
easy to park, agile. There's not much trunk in it, but we were like, what would
What
you
for?
need it for? Yeah,
You
it's only
can
for her
drop
to
the
use.
rear seats, and then you have plenty of room if you need to.
Yeah, if she wants to go do some shopping whatsoever, it's gonna be perfect. And then if we need to do something else or we need more space, my car is there, so we can do it. And it's a sport car. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Love it.
Good for you.
Yeah, good times. Good times. Any AI changes? Levy, anything you've done
You want
this
me
week
to
since
talk
you're
about that? What happened? Yeah. So
Good example.
I have a couple of dozen PCs, desktops in the school that because the kids are logging in and downloading all BS stuff, they're clogging up the disks or the free space on the computers, which affecting at the end it's already eating up all the space, and there's no swap files either, and then or left room for swap files, and then they are slowing down big time, and they are really not two strong pieces. They are like the youngest is like 10 years old, so you can imagine they weren't even power pieces at that time when they were bought, but now they are just paperweight basically. And with the Windows 11, some of the pieces just went down with the BIOS. It just broke. No, you once it went to Windows 11, the next boot it just won't happen. Nothing. Not even a beep. And so I figured if I reseed the RAM, like every maybe 40% of the times, it will boot once. It will boot and load Windows 11. When you restart, it won't boot again. Nothing. And not even like a RAM error. Where it will beep if you have a video card issue, no keyboard plugged in or whatever. Nothing. Silent. Not even happening. It just like it's like powering up the motherboard, and then it just crashes and then goes in the cycle again. It will go in this cycle again and again. And I don't understand why. And it's one type of motherboard which causes it, but it's probably the BIOS which having the issue with. Anyway, so these pieces are not too strong, and I figured that I need to clean all the users from it. But it's very hard to get rid of users folders, and because you need to go in and manually delete every one bit of user from it, and then set the I want to set the quota for the drive for each new user to be limited. And I don't want to do it for multiple dozens of pieces, so I was just okay. Let's write a script for it. But I'm not going to write a script for it. Let's AI write a script for it, right? So I did that, and it took like 2.5 hours because it was this version will definitely work. Okay, not work. It didn't even delete one folder or what, and then at the end it works sort of because it's not setting the quotas, but then most of the stuff is done and the painstaking part is done. So I can say it saved like, I don't know, days of work. So it's
But
definitely
I wanted to ask if it did save any kind of time for
big
you.
time. Yeah, well, it saved
It
at
took a
least
while to get there, but it did.
a week
did
a
you-
week of work because
you
it took
save-
usually 2 hours to clean one PC.
Did you stay
Gotcha.
native Microsoft solutioning for this? I mean, did you use Copilot as the AI?
Yes, and
Is
then
it creating
PowerShell.
PowerShell?
Yeah, PowerShell. Yeah, because this, I mean, if it would be in a domain or all the pieces were being domain, and I could use like Windows Server to reach them and manipulate them, but they are not. I mean, they are logged in a domain, but there's nothing on them to remotely control them. And I know there are solutions for this that you can use, setting quotas and stuff like that, but that these are not those pieces, and I just don't want to start and building new pieces to meet this requirement, and I'm not even sure if the servers that I have at the school would be capable, and we don't have the license for using the the Office 365 platforms or the cloud platforms.
So you're not Enter ID and you're not able to leverage autopilot.
Yeah. So that's the problem. It's not really a corporate environment, but it's big enough to not be like a home environment. So, well, that's cool for you. No money for anything, but requirements all over the place.
A lot of requirements, hard to fill. Yep. Yeah, that's interesting. Copilot, how's Copilot work for you?
I would say that the basic activities it kind of does with my license. It's not an enterprise license for end users, but I mean most of it kind of fails. For example, I would probably have 4 or 5 sheets in an Excel, and I'll probably ask Copilot to show me insights. It's a financial sheet. Show me insights for the data that it failed at it multiple times. It did once, but if you tell Copilot that can you create an agent, it won't do that. It can't do that. Can you create a specific sort of a command that can be repeatably used? It can't do that. So every time you want that activity to be done, you'll have to copy paste the same kind of text. It's a repetitive activity, but Copilot can't do it. I think in that way, ChatGPT is far better. And I think when it comes to building some prototypes, Claude is just amazing. I had a little bit of experience with both ChatGPT and Claude.
We don't hear you again.
Yeah, you just talk shit about Copilot. That's what you got.
Yeah. Copilot was listening and took action, man.
Yeah, I listened, didn't like.
Yep. And Judith, I don't know if you want to rehash your PowerPoint experience, or we just
probably we talked about it on one of the other podcasts.
We did.
Yeah, I find it. So again, it's the enterprise Copilot. So I figured it out that when it's about a Word document, it can pretty much do what I want it to do. Sometimes, even if I just say that, hey, get this document, and you need to either give the document or the link to the document and get the other one, and then just try to merge it together, make something comprehensive out of it, so on and so forth. It doesn't, it can do it, but at the same time, it starts reaching out to other documents as well that I did not specify that it has to, and then data that is not relevant to the original ask is getting in there. So going back to what we keep on saying, that we need to make sure that we are rereading, revalidating what it does, right? Just to make sure that you're not putting in something that is not relevant. On the other hand, when it comes to PPT, yeah, it's struggling. It's struggling like hell. Doesn't matter how many ways I was telling it what to do, giving the prompts, it just couldn't do that. At some point I started initially with, hey, here is this PPT, okay, here is that PPT, and then try to merge that together, or just use the theme and whatsoever, the branding, so on and so forth. It couldn't do it. It came up with something, but it wasn't that brand, for example, that I needed for the company, right? It didn't do the merging either. It was working on it forever. And when I say forever, it was working on it for like 30-40 minutes. And then it told me that, hey, these are the 17 steps that I'm taking to get where you want to get to. Just to say at the end, at the 16th step, that, hey, I cannot complete this. I'm like, thank you very much. So I was just sitting here waiting for you for 40 minutes. Obviously did my thing in the background, but already did its thing in the background while I was working. And then there was another example where I just told it that, hey, this is one bucket, second bucket, I need you to put in a third one. This is the name of the bucket. Put it in this slide on the deck. It took it like 15 minutes to figure it out and to make it happen. It would have been, for me, it would have been copy paste, yeah? And just put it in there. It's just struggling. I know it's still not there where everybody else believes it is. And yes, there are other AI tools that might be more evolved, let's put it that way. I don't know, but there's still a lot to do on it.
Navik's having a little bit of technical difficulties, but as he was talking about with with Copilot and a similar experience. And I don't remember what we called the process. When I started at the previous company, there were all these documents that blocked tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 as toll
Yep.
gates, so that you, as a tier 1 person on our teams, wouldn't be doing tier 3 work, right? It was
Yeah.
very regimented, very, very restrictive. And the first goals were to get staff cross-skilled. You wanted the tier 1 person to be able to understand what the tier 3 person was doing, maybe not do entirely everything that they would do, but have the competencies to understand and take some form of meaningful action. So what I was working with Copilot to do earlier this week is, and I actually wrote an article for LinkedIn after an interview and trying to rewrite some of the documents. I was thinking all about this process and trying to come up with a better summary. I thought I'll use Copilot to do it. So I fed Copilot everything I had written for the cross-skilling from tier 1 to tier 3 support. And I said, I need a playbook that illustrates ITSM compliance across all the domains. There's about 12 specific ITSM related domains.
Yep.
Across all the domains, and how they interact, and use this as a basis. And it was my documents. Well, it said, I can do that. Here we go. Let's process through it. It analyzed my documents. It gave me a summary for what it saw, what it liked, what it would like to use. It went out and it pulled the ITSM public record information for domains that it could use. And it said, okay, let's build it together. What do you want to create? I can create an Excel spreadsheet with worksheets for each of these domains, or I can put it into a Word document. I go, well, I like the idea of the Excel spreadsheet. Let's do the workbook approach. Great, but I can't create a workbook for you. You've got to give me a template. Just upload an empty Excel file. Okay,
Yep.
I uploaded that. Great, I've got your empty Excel file. It works all this magic, telling me, like you, all the steps it's taking, and like 10 minutes later, it said, okay, here's what I've got. It can't update the Excel spreadsheet. It gives me copy paste. It wants me to copy paste what it's created for me. Well, let's try a Word document instead. Exact same problem. At the end of the day, I've got Copilot sitting there with these long summaries for what I asked it to do, and they look great. It can't create the document for me.
Yeah, I had that. I had to learn as well from experience perspective, and they wanted me to, like for you, copy paste. And then it told me that, hey, you can choose if you want to put it in Excel or you want to put it in Word. It's your choice. These are the options. You just need to click copy and then paste. And like, that's not what I need. It still doesn't look like the way I want it to look like. So in many cases, it seems like that, yeah, it's supposed to help us be more efficient in our work or what we are doing. But at the end of the day, it's just wasting your time.
Right. That's how I felt too.
And I don't know. Don't get me wrong. It can do great things, right? Because I know that it was helping me with some other documents as well and topics as well. So there is a benefit to it, but I'm not sure that benefit is there where people are saying it is there just yet. Or do we really need to wait, like we said it at the beginning, do we really need to wait another couple of years while it all works out and evolves into where it should be?
Yeah, it's hard for us, I think, because we aren't that engrossed in the technologies day to day. We're users of, but we're not developing solutions from or with. It's hard for us to know exactly where it's at, but it feels like everything's kind of plateaued. You got peaks and valleys still, but it's not making a lot of movement. And one of the things is trying to do consulting work where you're trying to bid on or create solutions for a company leveraging AI. And you've got a problem to solve, only to find that the time you're coming up with a solution and trying to present it back as a solution that the customer you're engaged with is going to pay for, the language model updates occurred, and the problem you solved is natively fixed in the next version of the language model. They can do it themselves now without you.
Yep.
So the value stream is really messed up. It's really very difficult to know how you're going to go with a product from a service or concept to a tangible outcome producing solution, right? It's really hard. And that's the rapid changes are, I think, what I'd attribute that to. The rapid changes and improvements in large language models is causing me a little bit of grief. And hopefully, because Abik decided to call out Copilot and it shut him down, hopefully it's not going to do it anymore. Borrowed that from Judit, by the way. That was Judith's idea, comment, I think. Or was it yours, Levy?
It was mine.
It was Judith. Spot on.
It's mine.
Sorry guys, I had to run because there's a storm came in and I had the solar sails out.
No worries, man. Glad you're back.
Yeah,
You
me too.
didn't miss anything interesting, I'm sure.
Come on. Did you just say that what I said wasn't interesting?
No, what you said was the
Decorating.
only interesting part. What I said was probably not. fell
Yeah,
flat.
but what you were talking about, right? We talked about that earlier, and my question is really how far will the development go until they will stop stoking this fire with burning money of
Yeah.
their own, because it just really feels like when one of those occasions when it's like you have to you already invested so much that you have to keep on investing and hope for the unlikely outcome that it will start generating a large amount of money, or the other is that you get people rely on so much that you will actually use it as a drug.
Yeah, that's a great point, Levy. I don't know. If I knew, I would give you guys that advice in private, and we would all be trillionaires by the end of next year.
Yeah,
Please, please.
shorting AI stocks.
There you go. Any additional thoughts on AI? Anything worth talking about that we've missed?
No, let's watch the final of the World Cup
So
in a
I can
couple of
watch
hours.
I can watch about an hour of it, then I gotta get ready for Indy.
We
Your
should have
choice, man.
side by side.
Oh, yeah.
That would be fun. Well, the only thing I can say that would really change that is if we have a replay from yesterday. If it looks like it's going to be a 10-goal game, okay, I can watch that.
I don't think that it's going to be like that, but
No,
we'll see.
because I thought what Spain's given up 1 goal the entire series through all the whole bracket. I can't remember. It seems something ridiculously small.
But they are good. That it's a good team as well. The question is really gonna be the controversy that all the social media is all about nowadays with Argentina. So I saw a post yesterday how the world is gonna look like today. There was the map of the world, and it said everything else is Spain, and there is Argentina. Rooting for Argentina. So everybody else is going to root for Spain all around the world, but Argentina is going to go for Argentina, obviously. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know I don't have a prediction to give, but I have felt that Spain defensively has been probably the best, most dominant team in the entire World Cup series. So I don't even know what to call it. See, if you equate it to American sports, it's bracketology. You start out with your top bracket. I can't remember how many brackets there were to begin with. I don't know what it was, but you get the point. You win, you
Yep.
move on.
Yep. We'll see what
SKI,
happens tonight.
who's going to win?
Yeah, I have no idea. So
Everywhere.
if Chat GPT is picking Spain, I'm going to pick Argentina just because I don't have a horse in this race. I really don't. But I will vote against Chat GPT.
Everybody else, like I said, everybody else is hoping that it's going to be Spain winning because of everything in the past that happened during this whole World Cup in Argentina and certain decisions, blah blah blah. So we'll need to see. We'll need to see what happens, but I'm hoping that it's gonna be Spain winning.
Well,
Not that
don't
my
take it-
friends who are half Argentinians will be happy for that, but hey, that's
Don't
not my
take it as
problem.
I'm rooting against you, Judith. I'm rooting against Chat GPT.
Oh, I get that. Understood.
Abik opened that can for us, so now I've got to go with
Not taking
team.
not taking it personally at all.
We'll see.
See.
How about you, Levy?
I think Spain is a better defensive player, but that you can't win a game by defending only. So I'm not sure. I think
And it
Argentina
has to
will
be a
be
fair
very
play.
viciously attacking, and you never know.
It doesn't really matter from that perspective who is winning as long as it's a fair game and a fair play.
Yeah,
And,
well, it's
and that's what
probably
everybody is questioning.
not going to be as fair as the England France was.
No, and that's what I was referring to, right? After every game that Argentina played, there were reports and going back to FIFA.
played
But
dirty.
even if you just watched it, you could see how differently they've been treated compared to the other teams and the fouls and everything else. So it's pretty obvious that something is happening in the background. So that's what I'm saying. As long as I don't care who is winning from that perspective, but as long as it's going to be a fair and good game, I'm all for it. Because like you, Troy, I don't have a horse in this game either.
Yeah.
No
Well,
horses here.
hopefully it's enjoyable. We'll go with that.
Yep.
Abik, you're the only one that I don't think chimed in with your personal hope and prediction.
So it's just GPT.
He's also closest to our age, right? So we should be pulling for Messi just because.
Go seniors!
The Senior Citizen Club.
We are too old, yeah.
Yeah, we shall see. Should be fun, regardless.
Yep.
As long as
Three
it
and a
doesn't
half
rain.
hours. 3.5 hours, and it should be fine.
Good catching up, and we'll catch up again.
All right. Talk to you next week.
Talk to you.
Sounds good.
Bye bye.
Bye.